What is changing in the wedding industry in Italy that you absolutely need to know? Hello everyone, I'm Svetlana from Best Indian Weddings Italy, the first and only wedding planning agency in Italy specialized in Indian weddings. Every day I help Indian brides and grooms-to-be realize their authentic Indian celebrations in the most beautiful country in the world. I'm running this series of videos called SOS Indian Weddings in Italy with useful tips and advice that you won't find anywhere else. And if you are looking to host your Indian celebrations in Italy, then please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell to always keep updated with a new video every week. Today I'm talking about what is changing in the wedding industry in Italy that you absolutely need to know if you're considering getting married here. It's true that this pandemic has changed our lives. In better or in worse, it depends on how you see it, and people have long discussions about that, which are absolutely out of my interest right now. What instead I want to focus on is what these changes are bringing in the world of weddings in Italy, and more specifically in the world of destination weddings. Actually, this video could be useful to all destination couples, not only Indian ones. Anyway, I will make some comparisons based on my experience in planning Indian weddings in Italy. The purpose of this video is to make you meditate on the actual rules of the wedding venues and wedding vendors in Italy so that you are informed about this new situation and can make your decisions in full awareness. Because with such a few destination weddings held in Italy from the beginning of the pandemic, the information in many groups and blogs isn't updated, and many couples still consider pre-pandemic rules. So I decided to help you and to show you the current situation in Italy. First of all, you should know that many venues have already been booked in advance for the next 2 years and don't accept the booking for 2022 anymore and have just a few dates left for 2023. I know, it sounds like an improbable situation. Who is planning for 2024 right now? Especially for Indian couples, it's quite hard starting the wedding planning so much time in advance. However, it's what is happening and we must deal with that. The reason of such a situation lies in the matter that last year many couples had to postpone to 2021, while a lot of other couples used to plan well in advance were already planning for 2021 and some even for 2022. This year, the same situation kept happening, and many of those couples postponing to 2021 or planning for 2021 needed to re-postpone to 2022, because here in Italy we weren't allowed to hold weddings until mid-June, and even now there are some restrictions ongoing, such as negative test requested, wearing the mask in some situations, etc. So imagine 2020 plus 2021 all together moved to 2022, plus the couples who were starting to plan directly for 2022. The calendar isn't elastic and the number of days is still the same. This situation has shook up the usual unfolding of the wedding seasons in Italy. Right now, for example, all the venues and suppliers are getting crazy with such amount of work and aren't able to hit to us with our requests for the next year. They even don't have time to eat or to sleep. Of course, most of the events they are doing right now are of the Italian couples. And Italian couples plan well in advance, and many of them have already booked their venues and suppliers for 2022, and many even for 2023. And being them locals, they have the possibility to visit the venues, to do menu tastings, to do pre-wedding photo shoots right now, while you, living abroad, hardly have this possibility because of the closed borders, the quarantine, or just your uncertainty to travel. All this situation leads you to wait until you can come to Italy and see your potential venues by yourself. But no one is waiting for you. And all those pretty venues are getting sold out every day. With such crazy times, Italian couples no longer consider only weekends as it was the case in the pre-COVID time. There are weddings all days of the week. People want to get married, and the weekend is no longer a priority for the couples. As you can imagine, such a crazy situation with the number of requests growing every day has brought venues and suppliers to give a very short time option for the confirmation. If in the pre-COVID time it was possible to hold venues for 3 to 4 months without any problem, now you just have a week or two to decide. Because there is a queue of couples anxious to book their preferred venue as soon as possible to finally heave a sigh of relief. And you staying abroad, what can you do to manage this situation and not give up your dream of getting married in Italy, even if you can't travel right now? What can be done to avoid seeing all your ideal venues getting booked by others every day, while you just have those auspicious dates and can't be too flexible? I know for someone choosing a venue from a distance may sound unrealistic because they are afraid of getting scammed. It's not easy to understand if a venue would work for your wedding if you just look at their website or Instagram account. In fact, the risk of choosing the wrong venue is truly high if you don't know what to pay attention to, what to ask, which criteria to apply to make the right decision. The choice of the right wedding venue is one of the most important ones. I have already talked about how to avoid choosing a wrong venue in one of my previous videos. If you haven't watched it, I warmly suggest you do, as it can truly save you from making wrong choices. So many couples come in touch with me expressing their fear of choosing the venue from abroad. The great news is that you have the possibility to learn exactly how to choose your perfect venue in total security without even coming to Italy. All that thanks to my unique guide that I wrote last year specifically for Indian couples like you, and that is offered for just a symbolic amount. I've put the link for you in the description. If instead you would prefer someone doing this work for you because you don't have time maybe, you can check our scouting service, which allows you to have your ideal wedding venue in Italy scouted among hundreds of potential venues. There is another link in the description for that. If you're interested in it, you can check it out. Okay, let's get back to the purpose of this video. What else is changing that you absolutely need to know? The prices. Yes, unfortunately the prices are going up, and we have to deal with that as well. The reason lies in the enormous loss of money in 2020 that many venues have translated into increasing their prices for 2021. And when you increase prices once, it's quite hard to go back. It's basic mentality. So these increased prices are staying the same for 2022, and someone is going to increase them even more because of the high number of requests. So if your budget in the pre-COVID time would have covered 150 people for 2 days of events, now it would probably cover just 100 to 120, and maybe with one event less. So it's truly important to correctly assess also these aspects: wedding budget, number of guests, number of events, before going ahead with the planning. So now with all this explanation, you may think, okay, I'll start planning, confirm my venue soon, and hopefully you would find your ideal one still available. But what guarantees do I have in case of the pandemic still going on? What if I need to cancel? What happens in this case? You must know that there are different ways of thinking here in Italy. Someone says that also the venue is an injured party in case of the cancellation due to COVID, and they keep your deposits paid to cure. Someone else converts your deposits in a voucher that you can use when you want, even for a different service, but with different prices on force at the date of your new booking. However, the most common situation is the postponement of your wedding to a new date. Here it is important to agree in advance within what time period you can to postpone. From our side, we don't put any time limit to our couples. They can postpone to whenever they feel safe. However, many venues and suppliers ask to postpone within the same year. And it could be quite hard if your first date is for August or September. You just have the rest of the year to postpone. Some others ask to postpone within 1 solar year from the first date. And hopefully you will find a new availability that meets yours. And some others give you 18 months for that. So basically more room to choose a new date for your wedding. There isn't a specific rule for that right now, so it's important to verify all that in advance, not only with venues but also with other suppliers. Actually, the issue that may arise at some point in case you would need to postpone, hopefully you wouldn't, finger crossed, is to find the same availability for all vendors involved to whom you have already paid your deposits. Because remember that really few vendors in Italy gave first deposits back in case of cancellation due to pandemic. Almost all of them only give you the possibility to postpone. So please make sure you agree with all your providers for similar postponement conditions so that it would be easier for you to choose a new date if needed. That's all for today. Thank you for watching this video that I hope can truly make you aware of the actual wedding situation in Italy and can help you with planning your beautiful Indian wedding in our amazing country, being informed about what you can expect. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe to my channel, follow Best Indian Weddings Italy on Facebook and Instagram, comment in the posts and I will be happy to answer. See you next week!